Okay. Bum. Almost ready to go, dude. Brothers.
Brothers.
Feeling it tonight?
Yep. One of those
Imagine
nights.
you are. It is.
How do you
Tonight
know
we're going
those
to talk about clocks.
types of people? Yeah. That always watch the clock.
Clocks in general, dude.
You can't have a
Clock
predator
in,
that's
clock
an
out.
inanimate object.
Oh, yes, you can. The clock is the greatest predator of all. It watches you clock in. It watches you clock out. It changes how you go about your day.
Ah.
It affects your time. I'm going to talk about the greatest predator of all, time.
The man-made enemy. Keeps us all chained to our
It's not
desks.
man-made. I mean, the clock is real, right? It exists without us and with us.
Clock that was not made by man. The universal clock,
Okay.
with the sun and the earth revolving around the sun, is our enemy.
Time exists without us, right?
Do we even really exist?
My workplace does, and my clock in.
Do you actually have to clock in, or do they monitor when you sign in?
I have to clock in. So I sign in, and then there's a sign in to the clock in page. One time I forgot my password. It took me like 10 minutes to reset my password and everything. So I clocked in at like 8:08. And I got an email that day from my manager, and he was like, noticing a lot of 8:01, 8:04, and today, and 8:08. I was like, we got to really clean this up. And I was like, hey, why didn't you just say that to me? You sit 8 feet away.
Yes.
And B, you emailed it so that there's traceability in case there's a problem down the line. And I was like, you're a dickhole. And I was like, you know what? For the first time in my life, I didn't even tell him the truth. I didn't tell him that the clock-in system didn't work because there's traceability of me having to reset my password, do all this, tell HR I needed a new whatever. Oh, do you know what I changed my password to?
Socket. What?
Close. Wirefucker 9. So if you log into mine, it's now Wirefucker 9 because I need a capital F, I need a number, I need a letter, I need everything. So, and I couldn't use any of my past passwords. That's the best part about this. Oh, you've used that before. You need a new one. Me? I don't friggin' know, lady. It's always a lady telling me my password. Do you notice
person
that?
on the other side saying, I think I've seen that one before.
We won't
I'm
allow
going to
it.
waste your time.
So, it is a big waste of time. Logging in, clicking things, clocking in.
I had this.
Do you have to clock in anywhere?
No. Who cares?
Oh, nice.
There's time wasters, though. We hired a new guy, and the new guy was like emailing me stuff. He sits, 5 feet away. Stand up and just be like, hey, ask me a question.
What do you think?
Yeah. Instead it gets, I don't know. I don't know why people. Do you think your manager likes his job?
I think he's okay with it. I think he hates the training me part. Not me and the 4 other guys. I think he thinks that's the stupidest thing in the world.
Do you think he's
But he
automated
probably
all his
gets an
emails
extra.
to save time? To bug you about your time not being saved?
No, because if he looked into everything I did, he would have a lot of emails to send me. Once in a while, when he turns his sauron vision to me, he just tells me all the things I'm doing wrong. And I'm like, yeah, of course. I've been doing that for 2 weeks. You finally noticed. But like at that point, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Oh, I'll fix that. And then like I know he's doing something else, so I'm off the books.
How good is your horse noise? You've done this before. A little horseplay in your past? Your future,
little
maybe.
bit. My last company actually had a biometrics
scanner?
lock-in.
Eyeball?
Well,
Fingerprint?
no, fingerprint. But like, that's kind of low.
Yeah. I've seen those at other places, and I feel like your soul, like it's the Indian method, the Native American method, but like every piece of you that gets recorded gets taken, and like
They're just slowly fading away. Another fingerprint. Just another
Yeah, it
day.
just turns to dust. The hair falls out. You blink.
But like, do you have to clock out for smoke breaks or bathroom breaks or anything like that? Because I think Amazon does something like that, don't they?
The warehouse workers, they have to
Yeah,
piss in a bottle because they don't have enough time to take a dump.
Crazy
And they
a
have
little
to
bit.
transmute their poop into urine.
They do not have to transmute their poop into
Sweat.
wow.
It's really sweat, so they can just run it off. They run faster, it just wafts away.
Well, and that greasy poop can just slide right on out.
I never thought that was a skill, but apparently, you can put that on your resume, like poops in 5 minutes. Or less.
Poop swipes and out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Boom! So at this job, legally they have to let us have smoke breaks at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Does a bell ding and then you have to go out all at the same time?
No, but everyone does go out at the same time. And guess what I do?
Like zombies out the door?
Oh, I go every time. Do I smoke? No. I love it. I just go out with the smokers. I'm like, chill with all the smokers. And they're like, you don't even smoke. Why do you come out? And I'm like, it's a break. Like, you know what I mean? And I can totally tell my manager is a little irked that I do. Because everyone else is smoking. And he's like, I'm like, oh, gotta go. Gotta get my secondhand smoke on.
Well, like, you're being healthy and he's disgusted by it. He's like, oh.
But I'm not. I'm getting secondhand smoke if you think about it.
You can't just walk around. A health break? Like, why are there health breaks? Give me a fucking break. There should be.
A health break versus a smoke break. Makes sense to me, right?
Yeah.
That does make sense, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Same amount of time. Yeah, I agree with you. So here's the other thing. There's your clock. At my work, there's a system in place. If you're under 40 hours, they'll talk to you, and they might have to use an hour of your time if it's over an hour of missing time. Right?
They just make you stay like Friday, and you waste time talking. It's like a demerit. You get detention.
You could. Or they'll say, hey, how about we just take an hour off your pay? And it's like, okay, that's stupid too.
Just take back all the wire you're stealing. Empty your pockets. That's about an hour's worth.
But if you put in 44 hours of work that week, you will not get any overtime. Do you know what I had an argument with my boss one time with? I usually stay till 5:20 every day because like there's stuff after 5 o'clock where no one's calling you, no one's emailing you. I can clean up some things, finish up. I put in 20 minutes extra work. I get home. It's not a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sent me those clock-ins that were like 8:04, 8:01, 8:03, 8:07, 8:04, and 8:06 for the week. And said, hey, if you add up all this time, you're missing a lot of the clock-ins. We want you here at 8. And I was like,
nope.
Rich, I'm here 20 minutes late every day. 3 minutes late average in. That's 17 plus minutes. Isn't that good? And he said, well, to me it is, but management just sees you're not here at 8.
Oh.
And I was like, Rich, you're telling me you want me here 8 to 5. Someone who's here 8:04 to 5:20 is less than? And he said, I see what you're saying. And he was trying to word his words. He was like, I see what you're saying. You should be here at 8. And I was like, okay, dude, I got you.
Huh.
I will clock out at 5 and tell you to suck your own dick. And I didn't say that out loud. I was very nice about it. I
can't wait till you do. If you do, record it, please.
It's coming up. It's coming up. But regardless, the clock is the weirdest thing. Like, it's
painful. For such an inanimate object. It controls everything about your life.
How about how time passes during the day? Like, there's weird segments where 12:45 to 3:08 went by and I barely blinked. But then I looked at 3:08, 3:10, 3:19, 3:27, and I'm like, good Lord, this day is lasting forever. And I don't understand how that works. It's a perception thing, I guess. Always.
So there's a weird scenario here where we have like an electronics manufacturer and they have set breaks like you do. And it's like a floor of like maybe 20 or 30 people all working. When I'm in there doing something because I'm testing, like it just becomes silent because all those people are just trained to leave very quietly at that moment, and then you look around and it's just an empty building. It's like it almost is. It's zombie-like. I mean, I think that's what zombies are really reflecting, is the corporate environment and people just mindlessly living without actually living. And I feel like that's what happens, is that you get stuck in a routine and you just do it without thinking about it, and you shuffle out the door, and then you look around and you wonder what the hell just happened.
It's kind of weird. But would you recommend giving more time and having more fun at work?
I feel like you have to put in so much work to overcome that most people don't get to the point where it's like actually enjoyable.
It, right?
Yeah. It's
right.
where
it's
it
not
actually
worth it.
favors you.
Right. Corporation's going to win every time.
Yep, pretty much.
The house is stacked. You are bound to lose more often than you win.
Do you think you could make more money if you were like a power washer, just cleaning people's driveways?
That is weird that you picked that exact profession, and I'm not sure. What's a power washer getting? Keep in mind, there's certain days you can't work. There's certain times of the year you're probably not getting any work, right?
Snowplow? Car washer?
You can. Like here, take this for instance. Do you know how many snows we've had this year?
5.
1, and it was less than 3 inches. It was like maybe 2. And it's February. Late February.
Oh, you're doomed.
I don't know that we're going to get any more.
You're doomed.
It's a good dude.
The witch.
So what we're getting at is the clock is the enemy. Time is the enemy. Corporation uses time against you.
Yeah.
But doesn't really reward you for time.
Does it measure your effort? Really? Are you
Not
putting in
really.
more effort than Jan? Or Marcy?
It's weird because the corporation will just ask how much time you're putting in versus Jan or Marcy.
When I left my previous 2 jobs, what they did was, oh, we see that you don't work overtime very regularly. You only work a few hours of overtime. It's like, yeah, because
I finish my shit.
Piece. Yeah.
Yeah,
You suck this
I finish. Well, what's weird? You just suck on this paycheck.
I rolled it up.
You just touched on exactly. It touched on exactly what I did when my manager ran the report on my clock-ins. He just ran it on my clock-ins, not on my clock-outs.
Yeah.
Like he was like, you were this amount of estimated minutes late every day
early as well. 2 minutes early.
Yeah, just 2 minutes early.
And oscillate it.
Everyone's there.
Control it so much that he's just like every day he's like, you were late today. And then, you were left early yesterday. And then you need to fuck with his computer so he can't log in, so that his manager then does it. I could see that you were 5 minutes late today.
Your clock-ins are off. No, I was right here. My computer has a goddamn error. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Because the clock-in shows you just start talking in circles. Because the clock-in program we have registered, I ran a report.
But I'm going to stay late tonight. But what we're focusing on here is when you come into work.
Yeah. I was here for an hour extra. I was 1 minute late. Well, I want to talk about the minute late.
I can see what you're saying, but that's not what the program records.
Ultimately, what we're talking about here is the clock is the weirdest thing. Like, who says you can only be productive from 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, whatever the old expression is?
Yeah.
Why is that the ultimate time? Have you ever had to work hours that were off hours?
No, I didn't have any second shift jobs. I don't think I could do that. I feel like that'd be weird. Well, I was a waiter. I worked nights. But
how was that? Weird or just like work at night?
It kind of ruins the day because you can't, you can't hang out with friends.
Oh, I could do a lot during the day.
Depends what scenario you're in. Right. I guess if all your friends are on the same schedule, it doesn't really matter. You
can't get drunk on the day where you have night shift. That is the one thing. You could have nookie. You could play sports. You could exercise. You could go
stay out late too,
for a walk.
which
You
is
could stay
maybe
out
why
late.
people stay out late.
Yeah, maybe because their schedules are weird.
I don't know if I could be a bartender. I don't think I could be up till 2 or 3 every night.
I'd be the best bartender in the world. Ugh, it's terrible.
Ugh, I'd be so good. Ugh, I'd be disgusting.
No, but I mean, can you imagine that was my life?
Yeah,
Ugh, that's a thing.
You would not see family.
Age well, or age well. All of a sudden, I'd be 90. You know what I mean? Turning around, polishing a glass. Hey guys, check out the Antennas and the Predators podcast. I don't know. I think I'd say that.
Suck on my paycheck.
Suck on my Pilsner, did you say?
My paycheck.
Oh, there. Anyway, what we're talking about here, folks, is time. It's the ultimate unit of how we friggin' do our jobs, but it doesn't really have to do with our jobs. Mm-hmm. It's just how long they want us to not be home, not having free time, not having fun,
they want
not
to take
doing
it from you.
Yeah, they do. They 100% do.
Mm-hmm.
If you could get the same amount of work done in 20 hours, they wouldn't allow you. They'd want you to just stick around for 20 hours doing nothing, wouldn't they? Isn't that weird?
I think so.
It's fucked up. They want your life.
They do.
So, time.
Time.
This valuable thing.
Yeah, strange.
Let's fuck up the corporations.
Yeah. Just like the day.
No, you have to go to the one you started with. Chaos theory and time. Thanks for joining.
Predators.